All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so very much for watching. Not only did we buy Chandler a kayak, and I had mine last year, we also bought a tandem kayak for both Laura and Rosalind. Now, the problem with having 3 kayaks that I need to store is, well, I need to store them. So what I'm currently in the process of doing is moving some shelving around in my garage. We're gonna be building some shelves right over here in this open area for all 3 kayaks. We are gonna be starting to build that in a little bit, but before I did that, this shelf that's behind me here used to be right over here up against that wall. So I had to move it down, which, for the record, kind of difficult by yourself, but yeah, got that moved. Now we're gonna be building the kayak shelves here momentarily. Once, I'll just probably set up a time lapse, and then once we're done, I will go ahead and walk through everything that we did. That being said, it's a lot of work. We'll see what happens. Day 1 complete. We're gonna put the plywood up and it'll be done tomorrow. Pretty excited. All right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce some of these cross members and stuff. We only put a couple of screws, just kind of hold them in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some time now before my dad gets over here this afternoon to put the actual plywood down and reinforce some of the seams. So I got a couple minutes here before my next work meeting, so I figured I'd come here and try to put 8-10 screws in or something, see what we can do. All right, see you in a minute. All right, y'all, well, we are ready for shelves. So later on this evening, my dad should be coming over. We should be able to finish these up tonight. Almost done now. Almost done. Well, alright, everybody, that is it. We have our shelves built. So as you can see, we got all 3 kayaks currently sitting on there. That being said, I will walk you guys through it. I just want to clean up a little bit first, and then I will walk you through everything that I did in the garage to make this happen. Super stoked, worked out as good, if not better than I expected, so super excited about it. See you in a minute. All right, everybody, so as you can see, I have my garage kind of cleaned up here with the exception of my workbench. Let's not pay attention to that though. So I want to walk through what I had to do to make this shelf behind me work. So for starters, I want to kind of explain what it was beforehand. So these shelves right here that you can see, they were actually right up here where these shelves currently are, right up against the garage door wall. And the bikes were hanging right next to it, and the refrigerator was over in that corner right there. So in order to make this work, what I had to do was move the refrigerator over here, which is fine, still plenty of room. And I had to get rid of the bikes. I had to move the bikes somewhere else. So I had this wall over here. So I went ahead and hung the bikes up the exact same way that they were hung on the other side, just over here now. Unfortunately, I had to move some stuff around over here as well. So I had to move this shelf here and my miter saw. So that's what I did there to make all of this happen. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, having 3 kayaks, the storage was becoming kind of a problem. So talked with my dad, we came up with this design behind me. So just kind of walking through it here. So we made the bottom 2 shelves a little bit taller. My kayak, the Sun Dolphin Marquette 10, is a little bit taller. So we wanted to have a little bit higher place for it. Also, I am possibly looking to upgrade in the next year or so. So my new kayak will probably be a little bit taller as well. So we wanted to have some shelves that were a little taller. Additionally, this kayak here that we got for Laura and Rosalind is a pretty darn heavy. So I wanted it to be able to fit in there. Now you'll notice that it does stick out a little bit on the end down here, and also it goes all the way back to the other shelves back here. That is by design. I really have no desire to ever purchase a kayak longer than 10.5 feet. That's what this one right here is. So because of that, we're really not concerned about it ever not fitting. These shelves are 32 inches deep, which means that this 36-inch deep kayak or wide kayak sticks out just a little bit. Not much though, and it's still more than stable on there. There's still a couple of things I need to do here. So for starters, I need to come through, and these have pretty sharp edges right here. So I'm gonna come through and sand all of these down a little bit. I haven't gotten to it just yet. Plus, quite frankly, it's gonna make a mess. So I don't wanna do that right this moment. Additionally, I want to more than likely add some carpet. We have some carpet remnants left from when we built the house. I wanna add carpet to these bunks just to make it a little bit softer, make it less likely that we're gonna scratch it. Additionally, I'm currently using it for storing some of our camping gear up here, but this shelf here is going to be for all of the kayaking accessories. My current thoughts is to create a tote for each of us. So Chandler's kayak tote, Daniel's kayak tote, Laura and Rosalind's kayak tote, and store them up there so that depending on who's going, we just grab that tote or those totes and we're good to go. And then this top shelf is just going to be for random storage. You can see I just got a random box. I can see that's got bubble wrap in it. But however, another thing that can be useful for is when I do upgrade, I'm not going to get rid of my kayak. I am probably just going to move it to the top shelf, kind of get it out of the way, and then switch the storage for my new one. Again, it's Chandler's kayak. It fits in here pretty well. I thought this seat folded down a little bit better, but it really kind of doesn't. So getting that one in and out is kind of a pain, but for right now, we're storing stuff such as the paddles, life jackets, the things that always stay with it right on top of it. That stuff right here, as you can see, Chandler's life jacket, will more than likely be moved to those totes once we get them. And additionally, I'm looking to possibly create a kayak crate for mine. Chandler's doesn't really need it because it came with this little rack thing, but mine does not have a whole lot of storage, so I'm more than likely going to be creating a kayak crate. If you guys want to see that video, please leave it down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to make that happen. But that's it, guys. Just, I guess, going into a little bit more of how we built it. Because this is such a long span here, that is a 10-foot 2x6 right here, here, there. And so all the shelves are supported by 2x6s on the sides and in the front. Now in the back, we did support it with 2x4s. I'm not sure if you can see that or not up there, but we did support the back with 2x4s, and they are screwed in both the front and the back. I'm not sure if you could see it in the earlier part in the video when we were putting all this together, but it's strong enough to support me, so it will be strong enough to support these kayaks for sure, and more than likely any kayak that I get in the future. So that is going to do it for this particular video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I did want to ask for one favor. I did kind of hint that I might be in the market for a new kayak coming soon in the next year or so. So I want to get your thoughts. Do I get motor powered, something with a trolling motor, pedal powered, which means I have to pedal it, or maybe try to find something that has both? I can tell you I'm currently kind of leaning towards pedal power because in Kentucky I will not have to register it if it's pedal powered, but if it does have a motor, I would have to put registration on it. And I'll be honest with you, it's an added expense I don't necessarily want. And plus, I feel like once you put a motor on a kayak, it kind of stops being a kayak a little bit. It just becomes a small boat, which I guess that's just what a kayak is. Anyway, so that is the shelving. Again, I want to thank you all so very much for watching. You have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. If you're getting ready to go to bed, you have a good night's sleep, and I will see you all on the next one.